Well, we told you about the dark horse in the streaming wars. And that dark horse is continuing to add more to its site, including live news and now even near to live sports. And we'll explain that in a moment. But before we start, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. Go up, hit that notification bell, and switch it to all, and you'll receive all of our notifications here on QTCast TV. Well, we've discussed this many times before. Tubi TV, dark horse. This is owned by Rupert Murdoch and the Fox Corporation. It is a great site. It has free content. There's some great movies, specials, documentaries, kids stuff, anime. There's so much on here. But if you haven't noticed in the last couple of months, Tubi has been adding some live feeds in. Now, of course, as I said before, Rupert Murdoch is the owner of this site. He bought this with Disney money. And I know Disney is chewing through their teeth right now because they gave him the money to build this thing. And this is something that might spell the doom for Disney Plus and many other streaming sites if he continues in the path that he's going in. And yes, I did say that. Yes, it could be the demise of maybe one or more sites because of this particular site. Now, you're familiar with Pluto TV. Now, Pluto TV is another great site out there. It's got live content, a ton of live channels on there with, there's a Star Trek channel, there's a James Bond channel, there's a Doctor Who, Dark Shadows, there's anime, there's sports, news, music. There's so much there to grab hold of. Lately, Tubi is starting to look like Pluto TV. They've added already the news sites on there, and of course it's part of the Fox family. You're able to see pretty much Fox News from a lot of their affiliates across the country. You know, Fox New York, Philadelphia, LA, San Francisco. They also have local origination news from some independents, like here in New York, News 12. They have what they call network news, like NBC News Now, ABC Live. They also have Bloomberg Television, Fubo Sports, Weather Nation, Cheddar. There's some Spanish, CBC, which is USA Today, and many others that they put on there. Now, you may say, well, that's okay, fine and dandy, but that's, you know, hey, that's news. Well, the thing about it is now, if you haven't looked, is they've added several sports networks. At this time, it is not totally live. It's near to live. Some of them are tape delays because some of the networks are from overseas, especially a lot of the soccer stuff, which basically most people see it on a repeat anyway in up here in the United States. Because most of the time, if you want to be up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, their time, you could do that. Which I tell you, there's some bars in New York City that they are soccer related, and they're open at that time for the soccer fanatic. But the thing is, they've added their own Fox Sports News Network, their Fox Sports and their Fox News Network. The NFL channels there, the MLB channels there. At the moment, they haven't closed the contract with those two as far as live events. But knowing Murdoch, he's probably working on that. Being Sports Extras on here, Stadium, Pac-12, which basically you'll be seeing more live into the college range. I think that's what they're going to be starting at, is the college range, and also for Fox Sports in Spanish, Espanol. And you ask yourself, how important is this? How is it important right now that they have it this way? It's a starting point. It's a starting point. Amazon does have sports on there. So does Hulu and Peacock as well. I don't know if CBS has theirs on Paramount, but then again, Paramount is probably up for sale. And as far as HBO Max, I think mostly it's sports documentaries. They don't have live sporting events or sports on there, other than maybe a boxing match repeat. But this is the replacement that's coming in for cable. This is what's happening. I mean, on the other spectrum, you have the websites that are being built right now. Some of them are already available out there, where you pay a premium and you can get anything from any other websites, HBO and Netflix and all that, all in one place. And I think that's the next level that we're going to. But also, I think the Pluto TV, Tubi TV platform is going to be a very, very popular demand as far as that. Because right now, it's free. We're talking about a streaming app that uses advertisement dollars to keep it running. And you may ask yourself, well, how long can it running? Well, ask Twitch, ask YouTube. They've been doing it for years on there. And they've been holding back some money on there. I mean, you have some Twitch thoughts out there that are making $1 million a month in just ad revenue and super chats. So think about that for a minute. If you have people paying super chats and they're making also an ad revenue, it's something to look at as far as an ad retail site to promote your product. Because basically, if you look at Tubi, they're basic commercials. It's stuff that you would normally see on broadcast television. And according to the company, next year, they're going to hit $1 billion. $1 billion in revenue. That is fantastic. This is a site that's still growing, and it's been around for years, and it stayed free. I know those of you, before you hit that comment line, before you hit that, it's not going to stay free. I know you're going to say it's not going to stay free forever. Okay, you could be right. You could be right. But even if they do start to charge, think to the perspective of how far they've gotten, what they're putting in front for you on their site. If they're focusing on live TV, okay, YouTube has live television. I don't have their numbers or their figures as far as that, but you have the option on there. You have the regular YouTube channels, and then you have the live TV channels. How much more live TV can Tubi put into here? Could they start putting channels similar to Pluto TV? Look how popular Pluto TV is right now. There's so much on there. You could find a movie at any time to watch. You could find a TV series to watch. I mean, hell, they have a Baywatch channel. Come on, can you argue with that? A Baywatch channel, a sci-fi channel, a Star Trek channel, a Doctor Who channel, and a Dark Shadows channel, and an Addams Family channel. There's so much you could find on these for everyone. I've always said, anime and manga, there's always something for everyone. Tubi TV has a lot for everybody. And same thing with Pluto. And the thing is that they're growing, and nobody in the industry is paying attention to them. This is the reason why Netflix is where it is today. People doubted Netflix a long time ago. The first thing when Netflix went into business, they said, who's going to wait at their mailbox for a DVD? Guess who was still around when most of the video stores went out of business? Netflix and Redbox. And then they started moving their corporate into streaming. And people that was like, how long is that going to last? You got the network, you get everything you want on cable and on demand. Look where we're at today. How many streaming app services are around today? how much they're making, how many subscribers do they have around the world, how much programming are they pumping out. Not enough in my case, but still, there's great stuff. I mean, when you look to the perspective that I can watch Degrassi High or Train to Busan or even the movie Predators, or even if I want to watch Megamind from DreamWorks, I can go to this site. Or even Xena, Warrior Princess, which is available on here as well as the Hercules TV series, or even Space 1999. We've seen a lot coming from the streaming app. Now we're getting live sports, live news. What's next on their agenda? So we reached this part of the video. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share. Be sure to check out our next edition of Saturday Pre-Flight coming in this Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific on your local social media platforms, YouTube, BitChute, and of course, Odyssey. So we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.